In the shadowy world of early modern medicine, belief and superstition often mingled with remedies that to us seem horrifying. Among the most unsettling of these practices was the use of human fat to make candles, so-called mummy candles or thieves' candles. These were not symbolic, but literal. Candles molded from the body fat of the executed, burned at sickbeds in the belief that their flame could drive away disease and evil spirits. To understand this practice, we must enter a world where medicine, magic, and death overlapped. The tradition of using human remains for healing was not unusual in Europe between the 16th and 18th centuries. Apothecaries sold powdered skulls. Blood was drunk as a tonic. Mummy powder made from embalmed corpses was prescribed for various ailments. Human fat, known in Latin as axongia homonis, was particularly prized. Physicians claimed it could heal wounds when applied as an ointment, ease joint pain, or treat skin diseases. Candles made from it represented a more mystical application, combining the supposed medicinal virtue of human fat with the symbolic power of fire. Such candles were usually fashioned from the fat of executed criminals, whose bodies were often dissected or harvested for medicinal use. The fat was melted and poured into molds, producing candles that, when lit, were said to cast a special light capable of repelling demons, nightmares, and death. Families placed them at the bedsides of the sick, believing the flame would ward off spirits that caused illness. Some accounts even describe them being used in magical rituals, with thieves supposedly carrying such candles to render themselves invisible. The practice reveals how thin the boundary was between medicine and magic in this period. Illness was not understood in purely biological terms, but often attributed to spiritual or supernatural forces. A candle of human fat combined the tangible body with the intangible flame, creating a remedy that was part science, part ritual, and part superstition. For many, lighting such a candle was not only about curing disease, but about creating a protective aura against forces beyond human control. Though shocking to modern sensibilities, the use of human fat as medicine persisted well into the Enlightenment. Recipes for ointments and candles appear in medical texts of the 16th and 17th centuries. It was only with the rise of modern anatomy, germ theory, and a new understanding of disease in the 18th and 19th centuries that such practices were finally abandoned. What had once been considered a powerful healing tool came to be seen as grotesque superstition. The story of cannibal candles is part of a broader history of corpse medicine in Europe, where the dead body was believed to contain potent healing powers. It reminds us that medicine has never been a straight line of progress, but a tangled path of belief, experiment, and desperation. When cures were few and mortality was high, people turned to remedies that combined the practical and the mystical, even if that meant lighting a candle made of human fat.